We are on top of devastating news out of Greensboro today. A Greensboro officer was shot and killed in the line of duty.
The department says it lost Officer Michael Horan. He'd been on the force since 2017. We want to show you this video, a memorial inside GPD headquarters. It has a picture of the officer along with an American flag and his gun. The department talked about Officer Horan around 3 o'clock this afternoon, honoring who he was and who he was to so many. He was a husband and he was a father.
He was an excellent officer. He had an outstanding reputation inside the department and in the community. We ask that you please keep his family, friends, and fellow officers in your thoughts and prayers.
Today is clearly a difficult day for the department and really our entire area. We do want to recap, though, about what we know about the shooting.
This call to the food line came in at about 11 a.m. It's at the location on Lawndale Drive, just off the Greensboro Urban Loop. It's down the road from the Greensboro Science Center as well as Country Park. We know that call came in about a man with a firearm inside the grocery store. Police say that man later shot and killed Officer Horan. We know there is a suspect in custody, but police have not shared the name or where the shooter was arrested. Horan's commitment to serving others started long before he joined the police department. He spent 18 years on active service with the U.S. Coast Guard. He's held many roles, including officer, technical fast boat instructor, and search and rescue operator. Horan also served as a lieutenant as part of the Beach Haven Beach Patrol in New Jersey. He worked there for 22 years before moving to Greensboro.
We are bringing you live team coverage of the shooting investigation. We're going to take you through what police say happened, what witnesses say they saw, and what we know about the suspect. First, we're going to start with Amber Lake, who was at the police department's news conference.
We're going to start off by talking about this memorial that we have on the outside of the police department. It's a patrol car with a flag draped over the hood of the car. This is for a memorial for Officer Michael Horan. We already have a memorial inside as well with a picture of him, part of his uniform, his hat, a flag, candles. The police department here is experiencing another tough loss, and so they wanted to make sure they get this memorial out here, and they gave people a way to remember the officer. We actually had one guy come out and put flowers on his car while we've been standing out here, and he told me that he just wanted to support the police department. He wanted to make sure that he put something on the car to say that he is sad for this loss and he feels for his community. We've already learned so much about Officer Horan and his life of service, but listen to his colleagues.
He was an excellent officer. He had an outstanding reputation inside the department and in the community.
To put it simply, we're heartbroken. I want to express my love and my support for the Greensboro police family. This is truly a family, but a family that has been tested today.
Tested today and tested earlier this year as well. I mean, if you remember, not even a year ago, we were in this exact same situation where Sergeant Dale Nix was fatally shot in the line of duty. I mean, this is a lot for the city of Greensboro. This city has been through so much within a year, losing two very significant officers who have families who love them, who have friends that love them, and co-workers. I mean, the police department is heartbroken, and even being in that press conference today, you could feel how heavy it was in there. I mean, the assistant police chief could barely even get the words out that Officer Michael Horan wasn't with us anymore. There is a fundraiser that the police department has started, and as of last check, there are over $16,000 that's been collected for the officer's family. Live in Greensboro tonight, Amber Lake, WFMY News 2.
That law enforcement family truly is a tight-knit group. We continue our team coverage now with WFMY News 2's Sydney Moore. She joins us live now near that food line with what we know about the shooter. Sydney.
Well, my heart is with the family of Officer Michael Horan as well as the Greensboro Police Department. We do know that the suspect is in custody, but there is no name. That name has not been released yet. It is still an active investigation. And I can show you right behind me, you can see the police lights. There is a heavy police presence here on Lawndale Drive at the Food Lion. Police have been here since about 11 o'clock a.m. When this incident took place. We know Horan responded to the scene here at 11 o'clock a.m. to a man with a firearm. Police have been here ever since. Now here at about 6 o'clock, we've been seeing State Highway Patrol navigate back and forth. We've been seeing members of the police department walk back and forth, really processing the loss of one of their own. And our heart breaks for this department. Earlier today, we do know that GPD thanked many of the departments across the state who helped assist in this arrest, and we're going to continue to stay on scene as we continue to learn more about who exactly this suspect is. For now, live in Greensboro, Sydney Moore, WFMY News 2.
Sydney, thank you. Food Lion released a statement about the deadly shooting. It says, Food Lion is deeply saddened by the tragedy that occurred at our store located on Lawndale Drive. As this is an active investigation, we are directing all questions to local law enforcement. Food Lion is cooperating with authorities and the store will remain closed while the police investigation continues. We are providing resources to support our associates during this difficult time.
Well, that store, that Food Lion store, was full of customers when that shooting happened. So we're going to bring in WFMY News 2's Denise McMiller. She heard from a woman who was inside with her 6-year-old granddaughter.
Ramona and her granddaughter were grabbing some last-minute items for Christmas dinner here at Food Lion. Her go-to grocery store suddenly became the gruesome scene of a shooting that took the life of GPD officer Michael Horan.
And while we were waiting is when I heard the shots. I heard a pop, 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 pop. I think it was 3 shots. May be wrong about that, but at first my granddaughter said, "What was that?" I said, "I don't know." And then when I heard the other shots, I'm like, okay. And then somebody yelled, one of the employees yells, "Shooting, shooting, get out, get out." And then at that point, everybody started running.
Ramona says about 40 people ran and some employees dropped to the ground. She says she tried to help get an elderly woman in line in front of her out of the store, but ultimately had to prioritize her granddaughter's safety.
I don't like guns. I don't like being around guns. I'm not against anyone having a gun, for their protection, but just knowing that my granddaughter was that close to gunfire, even though it was on the other side of the grocery store, that was still too close, for me.
She says she and her granddaughter sat in the car for close to an hour and witnessed dozens of officers, EMTs, and firefighters arrive on scene. Ramona tells me she eventually was let back inside Food Lion to grab her groceries, and she told me when she walked inside, she immediately felt anxious knowing what happened. She told me she decided to take the rest of the day off from work to process the terror she witnessed.
What a frightening situation. Denise, thank you. That shooting happened at about 11 o'clock as people were picking up their ingredients for their holiday meals. WFMY News 2's Giselle Thomas heard from a Food Lion worker who was caught up in the chaos.
Yes, now a somewhat still grocery store the day before Christmas Eve. Now that is not a picture that is normal in the average day, but it is here today. You can see that there are some investigators who are still in the front part here of the store. That's investigators, SBI. Now, I was able to speak to some workers who say they were headed to come to the store today, but they were told not to come and that the store is closed due to this ongoing investigation. Now, she tells me that she comes here and they are like a family. It was actually very touching. I was able to see the 3 employees, arms over each other, walking down and just looking at the store that they've called home for the past few years. Take a listen to what she said they were told today.
Know that we're off today. We might have regular hours tomorrow. We're just trying to figure out what's going on and make the best out of the situation.
Now, I was able to also speak to some people who live here in the neighborhood who say this is their go-to grocery store. This Food Lion is literally located in the center of a neighborhood. There's a few apartment complexes that surround it. One woman says she just wants people to try to be as safe as they can, but it's just frustrating and disturbing to hear about a tragedy like this happen so close to the holidays.
It's Christmas time. A lot of people are on the edge with everything that's going on in the world today. Just stay safe, stay seen, and just do things. If you have to go outside, just be safe.
Now, right now, the roads are still blocked off here off of Lawndale, and this Food Lion is still blocked off and closed. It's going to be like this for the rest of the day. Live in Greensboro, Giselle Thomas, WFMY News 2.
So I got to speak with a woman who was inside the Food Lion when the shooting happened. She had posted some pictures on my Facebook page and said she wasn't really sure what had happened. She just heard a whole lot of commotion, and then she was told she couldn't leave the parking lot.
As I was leaving out of the door, I heard a ruckus, but, I kept going. So I continued to put my groceries in the car, and there was an elderly lady that came out, and she was stunned. So I asked her what was going on. She said, somebody is shooting. Well, I felt bad because I wasn't aware. I froze, I guess, regarding what was taking place around me. So I offered her to sit in my car because her sister was in the store. It was cold, and she said, sure. So she sat in the car, and we watched the swarm of police officers. We heard the ambulances, we saw them, and I was stunned.
Scary moments for sure.
Yeah, certainly a lot happening all at once. Well, moments ago, Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn released a statement about the death of Officer Horan. It reads in part, this tragedy affects not only those who knew Officer Horan personally, but our entire city. We have lost someone who served with distinction, and his dedication to keeping our community safe is a loss that resonates with all of us. We will stand strong together as we honor Officer Horan's legacy. GPD continues to serve with the same dedication he demonstrated every day.
Well, as you can imagine, the situation has drawn a whole lot of reaction online. Megan Malaris is looking at all of that reaction.
Yeah, end of watch, December 23rd, 2024. That is what this black band now across the Greensboro Police Department's badge signifies tonight. Thousands of people are reacting to this post, sharing condolences, backing brothers and sisters in blue. We also just moments ago heard from the city of Greensboro officially that the Greensboro stands and united in mourning and support for Greensboro Police. We honor the life and service of Officer Michael Horan. We heard from Governor Roy Cooper saying he has spoken personally with Chief John Thompson to give his deepest condolences. Earlier, he had mentioned that he was allocating state resources to help. We showed you this photo of this beautiful commemorative table at Greensboro Police Headquarters. You saw the picture, you saw the flag and the gun. What's framed here is very powerful. It is the police officer's prayer. I'll read it to you. It's difficult now knowing Officer Horan was a father and a husband. It says, when I start my tour of duty, God, wherever crime may be, as I walk or drive the darkened streets alone, let me be close to thee. Please give me the understanding with both the young and old. Let me listen with attention until their story's told. Let me never make a judgment in a rash or callous way, but let me hold my patience and let each person have their say. Lord, if some dark and dreary night I must give my life, Lord, with your everlasting love, protect my children and my wife.
That is tough to hear. We are beginning and continuing our coverage tonight. We're going to hear from other leaders who are mourning this hero.
And we are mourning with you. We'll also go back live to the scene to give you a look at the active situation. Don't go anywhere.